The clink of cutlery froze midair when she said it. The sauce stopped simmering. So did the room. I watched the color drain from their faces, my mother's practiced warmth cracking first, my uncle's jaw locking like a trap sprung too early. I didn't look at my aunt. I looked at the table. The keychain lay there, small and cheap, the only thing they thought I'd ever see. I smiled, calm, thankful. "Of course," I said, and that's when I knew the plan had landed. We weren't always like this. That's the lie they tell themselves to sleep. We were always like this. I just didn't know the rules yet. Years ago, when my father died, grief made me pliable. I trusted the family who held me while the lawyer read the will. I signed what they put in front of me because blood was supposed to mean something. They told me the estate was complicated, tied up, temporary measures. I nodded. I wanted quiet. I wanted to heal. They took that as permission. The changes were small at first. A delayed payment, a missing statement, a laugh when I asked questions. "You're emotional," my mother said once, brushing it away like lint. "Let the adults handle it." I learned the language quickly. Emotional meant inconvenient. Adult meant untouchable. I kept my voice steady. I kept notes. The proof didn't come in a dramatic explosion. It came in a spreadsheet. A single line item duplicated with a different label, then a message sent to the wrong number, my uncle bragging about keeping her in the dark a little longer, then a mortgage statement addressed to a shell company I'd never heard of, tied to a property 2 streets from my aunt's building. I didn't cry. I didn't confront. I sharpened. I asked for copies of everything. I framed it as curiosity. I played grateful. I let them underestimate me because it was the only advantage I had. At night, I mapped timelines, transfers, signatures. I learned how to read trust documents the way a hunter reads tracks. I learned where the money went and who signed it away. And I called my aunt. She had always been the quiet one, the one they called eccentric because she didn't need them. She listened without interrupting. When I finished, she didn't gasp or swear. She asked for documents. She asked for dates. She asked if I was ready to stop pretending. "Yes," I said. That was the moment the strategy began. We moved slowly. Lawyers first, then banks, then the apartment, bought clean, in my name, through funds my family didn't know had been preserved. The keychain was my aunt's idea. Something small, something dismissible, a decoy they could mock behind my back. I let Christmas dinner happen. I let them host. I let them rehearse their smiles. Now, in the present, I felt the air thicken. My mother reached for her wine and missed. My uncle stared at the keychain like it had teeth. No one spoke, because speaking would mean admitting they knew exactly what my aunt meant. "I didn't know you were looking to move," my mother finally said, too bright. "I wasn't," I replied. "I already did." Silence is a weapon when you know how to hold it. My aunt wiped her hands and joined us, calm as a judge. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. She explained gently about the funds that had never disappeared, about the paperwork that had been altered, about the lawyers who were very interested in the discrepancies. Each sentence was a door closing. I watched realization crawl across their faces. Not guilt, not remorse, just fear. The kind that comes when the floor gives way and you realize you built your house on theft. My uncle tried to laugh. It broke halfway out. "This is a misunderstanding," he said. I leaned forward. "No," I said. "It's an audit." The payoff wasn't loud. It was surgical. Accounts frozen. Titles challenged. The shell company exposed. My mother cried, not for me, but for herself, for the life she thought she'd secured with my silence. I felt nothing for them. That surprised me. I'd expected anger. I got clarity. Later, alone in my new apartment, I held the keychain in my palm. It was ugly, plastic, worthless. It had unlocked everything. I didn't win by shouting. I didn't win by destroying. I won by waiting. Justice doesn't always look like forgiveness. Sometimes it looks like receipts. Sometimes it looks like a Christmas table where the truth finally gets served hot, and everyone realizes too late that you were never as powerless as they thought. I hung the keychain by the door. A reminder. They taught me how to be careful. I taught myself how to be precise.